OpenAI and xAI are reshaping Silicon Valley's rules, redefining how talent is valued in a high-stakes tech race. The curtain rises on a new era where vesting cliffs loosen and top engineers can walk away with a foothold of their work. Within AI labs, the brutal calendar of vesting used to trap loyalty for years, but that clock is ticking differently now. Newly softened rules signaling that a new hire's equity starts accruing from day one challenges the old guard's grip. The industry sees Meta, Google, and Anthropic offering blockbuster packages to lure researchers and engineers. But this talent war isn't just about money. It's about balancing risk and liquidity for rare minds. The first to bend the rules was xAI, quietly shortening the vesting clock for new entrants. Prospective candidates began asking, is a year worth it when you can't be sure your direction will hold? OpenAI followed with a bold move, scrapping the 6-month cliff for new employees. The news sent a ripple through Silicon Valley, a signal that time can be leveraged for speed, not just patience. Yet, this isn't generosity born of goodwill. It's a strategic recalibration to keep world-class teams intact. The pounding question for leaders becomes, what really holds a team together beyond contracts? In interviews, candidates now weigh if the year-long uncertainty is worth the payoff. From a worker's lens, vesting cliffs once captured risk. Now the contract becomes a zero-risk trial. This shift reduces decision costs, letting researchers choose faster and with clearer signals. But for most workers, rules like vesting cliffs still loom large, shaping daily career paths. The core message surfaces. Scarcity of talent can make rules flexible, but only for the few. Thus, the real power rests with those whose ability and vision are scarce and highly valuable. Capital's negotiation posture shifts as stock-based incentives balloon and liquidity pressures rise. OpenAI's forecast signals a future where funding arrows bend toward talent, not just tech IP. In practice, top researchers can move quickly, and losing them costs more than paying more stock. The news cycle frames Meta, Google, and others as willing to pay top dollar to win research talent. From the perspective of the investor, risking capital is tempered by the uncertainty of core people staying. The documentary lens shifts back to the worker. The vesting cliff debate becomes a test of personal bargaining power. Without the cliff, new hires weigh longer horizons, project alignment, and team chemistry more than ever. This sea change is not universal freedom. It's a selective de-risking for a rare set of talents. Meanwhile, most workers still face the familiar: probation, performance reviews, and contractual limits. In AI, speed and direction are critical. The ability to pivot defines survival more than any single technology. Industry dynamics converge on a shared truth. When value is scarce, the rules bend for those who matter most. The narrative isn't celebration or condemnation. It's a precise mapping of how risk, liquidity, and power balance. For research leaders, it means choosing a future where your work matters as much as your paycheck. The curve is clear. The industry is experimenting with freedom, not universally granting it. How this plays out will shape where the best minds choose to build the next decade of AI. As the dust settles, one thing becomes evident: rules will bend for the rare, not for the many. From employee to investor, the calculus is the same. Align incentives with the people who matter most to the mission. In the end, the industry learns to design rules around scarcity, not pretend equality and opportunity. For now, the zero-risk era exists as a selective test, illuminating what truly drives scientific progress. So, the story continues. Big players adjust, talent negotiates, and science presses on toward the next breakthrough. This is not just a corporate shift. It's a reflection of how human capital shapes the trajectory of technology. And as the credits roll, the question remains: what kind of work environment will attract the best minds to stay, contribute, and lead?